In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up supplier records. To set up a new supplier, all we need to do is go to the Supplier module on the left-hand side of the screen. All we need to do then is click the Create a Supplier option and then fill in the details. So first we need to put a name, and it will automatically create a new supplier code for you. All you then is just hit Create a Supplier. If you go back to the supplier screen, you'll then see the supplier listed. You will see how much that you've paid them and also any outstanding balance you have with them. To create a new supplier, the Create button is now moved to the top right hand side of the screen. So all we need to do is click Create again, and we'll repeat that process. Type in their name, it will create a code, and then click Create a Supplier. You'll now see when you go back to the supplier menu, all your suppliers will be listed here with the amount paid and your outstanding balances for all of them. If you click into a supplier record and go to the contact details, very similar to your customer records, all you need to do is key in their address details if relevant and put in a contact name or anyone you've got specific there that you deal with. Just put the details in here and any phone numbers and email addresses, etc. However, we can just leave it to the supplier name in there, and you don't actually have to put any other information in there if you don't wish to. If you click on the Other Info and Settings tab, you also have the option to add in their bank account information. This is really for storage. If you make direct backs payments to your suppliers, it's just somewhere to put that information for you that's nice and secure. You can choose the default payment method that you want to appear when you're generating purchase invoices for them. So if we always pay on a company credit card, I can choose that as the default payment method. So when I'm paying off my purchases, it's going to default to that. And then we can put in our payment terms with that supplier, and that will add the dates in when we're creating our purchase invoices for them. We can also put in the VAT information in here, the VAT number, and also if they're registered in another EC member state. We can put in our default purchase code. So by default, when you set up a new supplier, it always defaults to plant and machinery because that's number 20, which is the smallest number. If we click on here, however, we can just scroll down and choose what we want to set as a default, and I'm just going to set mine as materials. So every time I generate a purchase invoice, it's going to default to materials for me, and I'm going to use a default purchase invoice template, and my default currency is pounds sterling. Once I've done that, all I need to do is click Update, and that information has now been saved. Once we start creating purchase invoices for this supplier, all your purchases will be listed in the Purchases and Stats screen, and you'll be able to see when you've made your first and your last purchase, how much total has been billed, total that's been paid, and also anything that's outstanding and due to your suppliers. If a supplier requests a statement, you can just go to the Statement button at the top of the screen, just put in a start date and end date, and then you can generate a statement that can either be printed or emailed directly to your supplier. To repeat that process, just click into the Supplier module and click Create on the top right hand side of the screen to create more supplier records, and that's how easy it is just to create and manage the suppliers within the system.